What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. Now, y'all know what the title says is that when you clicked on this video, so you know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But, you know, after seeing this picture on Instagram, I think she's beautiful. I think that, you know, everybody needs to experience parenthood. Whether motherhood, fatherhood, is good to experience it at least one time in your life if children are what you want to have. And I think at the end of the day, regardless of what happens in her personal life or her romantic life, she's going to take care of the child, because as parents in general, especially women who end up, no offense to you guys, but a lot of times women are the ones who end up, black women are the ones who end up more so being the present parent, because it's just being rampant, you know, single parent household, single mothers, the baby mama title, it's crazy. So I think that no matter what happens, Bianca is going to be a good mom to her child. Now, with that said, I don't want y'all to get mad at me or whatever, or to take this the wrong way, because some of you might get angry and miss the point, but I'm gonna need you to use your third eye and exercise your spirit of discernment and get what I'm trying to say, because this is systemic and there's a reason behind it, and it's also done to keep us down. And if we continue to say, oh, it's okay, it's gonna continue to happen, because I don't think that I would have liked her to set up like a family household dynamic. And I'm saying that not because people are going to say, well, it's 2020, you know, there's different definitions of family. Yeah, I know there's different definitions of family. My point is, why don't you bring a child into the world when you know that the person you're having the child with, whether your partner or your husband or your lover, whoever it is that you're having the child with, will stay with you no matter what. A lot of baby mamas occur because you're having children outside of wedlock. Now, I don't mean go to the court and get a marriage certificate, because I know the history of marriage certificates. If y'all don't know, it was done initially because they had to give biracial couples permission. The government had to give them permission to even get married. I don't feel like y'all need to give me permission to do nothing. If I want to get a marriage certificate, I get a marriage certificate. If I don't, there are other ways you can establish a commitment type situation. I've seen it happen where you got them, they drew up a contract, went to a lawyer, drew up a contract, drew up their assets, talked about what they're going to do if anything happened, talked about what the other person is going to lose if they walk out of this relationship, talked about how they're going to, you know, in a letter, well drafted, like, you know, statements and stuff like that on what's going to happen with the children, their assets, their everything. Had a lawyer sign it, notarized it, and put it in a file. You know, I put everything in a trust with both of their names, so they get, you know, to split it if anything happens. And then they went to a church, or they, you know, they had some form of a ordained somebody who has who's there to just, you know, orchestrate them giving their vows to each other, making lifelong commitments to each other in front of their family and their friends, and solidifying the fact that they are going to be together forever. And then maybe one or two of them would decide to go in there and file legal paperwork to change their name to match the other, because now they want everybody to know that this is a forever thing. That's another way of getting commitment. So, but then you know that this is a two you know, parent household. And if anything happens, you got both parents in there, the kids there. It's not the baby daddy, baby mama, all that stuff. We are the only ones, a majority of black people, who have that title, and it's not cute. It's not cute. Let me tell you why, because I know there probably are some baby mamas that are listening to this video. But I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to think about this and be honest. If you knew what you knew now, if you knew how difficult it is to be in your position, and you had to go back in time, realizing all the dreams you may have put behind, realizing all the school you may have put behind, realizing that you had to put your career on the back burner, realizing that all the things you had to do to get to this point, to sacrifice to raise your children, would you have chosen to have the title of baby mama, knowing that this man that you chose to have a kid with is completely useless to you? Honestly, think about it. If the answer is, of course, I wouldn't go back. And I love my children. I think that they're a blessing. I would not, you know, I wish I could have them, but I wish I could have them a lot later. So why keep putting yourself in a position like this? It is Black History Month, and it is 2020. And y'all need to understand what's going on. Because in the 50s, or, you know, during slavery time, all those centuries, African-American marriage and bond and couple and support during the Jim Crow era, all of them, they were at its highest, more so than whites. Let's be real. We had more families staying together. We had less people going to prison unless it was by some BS. We had children being raised properly. And then on top of that, the few schools that we had that were all black, they had some of the highest standardized test scores because we are very intelligent people. We were creative, we're inventors, we had value system, we valued ourselves, valued our bodies, we valued who we are. And I'm not talking about just going by the Bible, I'm talking about just in general, morally and ethically. We had a lot of pride about who we were as a race or as a people, or what we were taught to, how we were raised by our family and what we were taught about life. And we valued hard work. No matter what adversity they put in front of us, we bonded together and we persevered. Now, I know that nowadays the whole feminism dynamic, the whole feminism teaching is going, oh, feminism is all about feminism. Yes. Now, I'm all about women being strong because I'm a woman and I know I'm strong and I know I can do whatever I want to do or set my mind to because that's who I am. But I also know that I wasn't meant to walk this life alone. No one was meant to walk this life alone. Animals don't go in singles, they go in pairs. So when you are walking this life, whether you're a feminist or not, you have to have, your place in society and what you're supposed to do. This whole feminism movement that's been going on, it's been affecting us the worst because we're able to do what we want. We're not being abused, like women used to be valued less. We're not being, stringed along and told what to do or beaten in the law, ignoring it. But at the same time, we forgot our place in the dynamic of things. We're now saying, well, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. And you're almost like you're making it seem like the man or whoever your partner is, that they're not important anymore to you. And because you're making it seem like they're not important, you're not being chased or being sought after because you're making it seem like it's not important. Now, I don't agree. I think that biracial relationships are good because I have biracial relationship in my family. But it's if it's naturally done. I don't think it's good if it's forced upon you. And if y'all notice, all these celebrities, when they make money and they get old and they get black, they don't choose people that look like us because we're the dumbass ones who embraced feminism so much and we're walking around like, I don't need you. I can do whatever I want to do. I don't need you. I can raise this baby by myself. And of course they go and they date somebody who knows that they're female, who knows that they have to be, a submissive partner in the relationship, and who knows that they need to kind of work with somebody, and they end up getting the better end of the stick. What happens when we turn on the TV and there's a commercial? If there's a commercial about a family, it ain't somebody who looks like this. If there's a commercial about cleaning and how to clean your room and your house smelling nice and great, it ain't somebody who looks like this. If there's a commercial about country music, which was our genre at first, now when they talk about it, they talk about their family, their kids, their children. Meanwhile, we got rap. And rap, people say is a skill, is a talent. And yes, it is, because it is a skill, is a talent. But guess what? What do we see all the time in the rap music? We see that, okay? We see people who make our bodies tools. They don't really show any respect. They don't really show any value for us. We're just hoes. We're just bitches. We're people that they could just smack our booty, throw some dollars on. There's a pole. And this is the image we're given. And hence we have all these baby mama situation going on. We are stronger together. I know that black men don't support black women nowadays and they kind of just throw us at the wind. But ladies, I'm going to need y'all to do what you always do, which is save them. I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry, black men. I know there's some wonderful, good black men out there because I've met a great many of them. But I'm saying, y'all know what Eve did to Adam. Adam was easily manipulated. I'm sorry, men, in my opinion, are more so easily manipulated unknowingly. By the time they realize what happened, they've already been manipulated. Whereas to women, I feel they allow themselves to be manipulated because they just choose not to accept the truth. We're more emotional. So we tend to tell ourselves a lie just so we don't accept what's happening. We know when somebody's cheating before they even tell us they're cheating. We know somebody's been stealing our money before they even tell us they're stealing our money. We know our kids are lying before they even tell us, Mom, I'm sorry, they're lying. Because we already have a spirit of discernment. We're more emotionally in tune with what's around us, so we pay attention. Whereas for a dude, he's just going to take whatever he gets. Okay, so I understand that black men haven't been supporting black women, especially when it comes to social media and higher ups, because they're choosing to date outside their race. But y'all see what's happening on TV. If there's an Asian, they're paired with a white person. If there's an Indian, it's paired with a white person, immediately project. If there's a black person, biracial, not usually too dark, they're paired with a white person. But then you have white families that are being paired together on TV, and we're told that we're supposed to go and mix it. And in addition to us having a breakdown in our family structure, we're having to blend elsewhere, and there's no support for us. None. First, it was emasculated. It was taking the men out of the household and putting them in prison and, shoving them in there like animals. Then after that, because to offset us being pissed off that all our men are being taken away, they told us, oh, you can handle this yourself. You can do this on your own. You can do whatever you want if you set your mind to it. You got this. We're like, yeah, we got this. I don't need you, da-da-da-da-da. So what happens? We end up with the crappy end of the stick. We end up struggling the most. We have nothing to show for it. And then we get the title baby mamas. And the title baby mamas, your name is not in it at all. You have just assumed the title of your baby. That is your definition of who you are, is you are a baby mama. No matter what happens, you are a baby mama. And you're going to sit there and struggle getting up by yourself, taking care of this baby, trying to figure out how to tutor them and work full time at the same time, trying to figure out how to teach them how to, values and family values when you're too tired to even get up and cook dinner. That's not fair. So I would like women, to really, Black women mostly, because this is what's affecting us disproportionately, to pay attention to what's really happening. Pay attention to what society and what the media has become your teacher. You're not doing research online. You're not reading books in school unless you're forced to do it for a project or for a class grade. You're not going out of your way to really find out what's going on, to understand what's happening to us as a people and what's happening to us as a community. While our family dynamic and our culture our family dynamic is being broken down, they're stealing all the best part of us and leaving us with the crap part. And we're accepting it and somehow manipulating ourselves in our mind to think that what we're doing is great. Yeah, I can do this by myself with or without you. I'm good. My kid's gonna be good. Be honest with yourself. Yes, I can do this by myself, but I don't want to. I shouldn't have to. Why would you let me do this on my own? So wouldn't it be better for you to establish some kind of commitment with me? Make sure that I know for a fact that if I get pregnant, ruin my body, get all this cellulite, get all these stretch marks, have my titties sagging all the way to the ground, that you are going to stay there for me till the day I die. That way, when I get old and wrinkly and I need somebody to change my diaper, you're right there. Because I just went on Instagram and saw a video with Lizzo. And she's obviously naked as usual. And she's out there twerking. And at this point, I done seen this girl's body more than I've seen my own. And I don't like it. Because I'm thinking to myself, it's not okay for this to be the image that they have of us. Because we think of Black women, well, she's going to go and twerk, have her ass out there, and that's all she's worth. They don't really pay attention to the fact that we are very intelligent people by our own rights. And we have a lot to offer in this earth other than shaking our big asses that were blessings to us, but not supposed to be blessings for the entire world to be going at it. I understand being free. I understand doing what you want to do. I understand being happy. But there's a way. You have to respect yourself in order to expect people to respect you. You have to protect yourself before you expect somebody to protect you. You have to value yourself before you expect somebody else to value you. And you don't get that by doing everything in reverse. Now, I congratulate Bianca for getting pregnant, for being able to have a child and be a mother. But when I saw it, I just thought to myself, because I think in her comment, she put everybody's pregnant now. And I'm like, who's everybody? Because we have more Black kids in foster care than any other race in the United States. We have a lot of Black folks out here on crack. We have a lot of Black folks out here dealing because they just want to survive. But everybody got money in rap music. They throw money, right? Like, it hurts my heart to see this type of things. And I hope that when you watch this video, you're able to understand where I'm coming from. I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids physically. My fiance has kids. But I didn't want to be a baby mama because I looked around and I was able to see that I had friends who were baby mamas. And they had 4 or 5 kids. Some of them started when they were 13 years old. And I saw that they were raised in single parent households. Father was shot dead, 5 kids, mom's trying to do it on her own, on Section 8, on county benefits, trying to figure out how to do it on her own, can't even go to work, she's hurting, her shoulders are broken. And so, you can't teach kids, you have all these kids, you got to do it by yourself, you can't do everything by yourself. She did her best, but her daughters all got pregnant like at 13, 14 years old. By the time I got to college, they were already on baby number 4 and a few abortions. But I saw how difficult it was for them. I saw how hard it was for them. I saw how it was trying to survive on X amount of dollars when you hadn't even graduated high school yet. And I told myself that I can't be one of those. I would want to know that if I have a child with somebody, he's going to be there with me or she's going to be there with me. And they're going to stay there with me and we're going to build a future together so we can both instill what real love is, what a family dynamic is, what Having somebody's back is what support is. And when I get old, I want my kids to take care of me and not put me in a retirement home and just let me rot. I want you to have some value systems that we had when way back when when our ancestors were first brought into this country. They still held their values. Nowadays, everything going wrong is always going on with us. We're always the martyrs. That's not fair. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. I will be doing a review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta because I enjoyed thoroughly what happened in Victim Leaks. We're going to talk about her when we discuss our next episode. And you guys have a good evening, all right? Love you. Bye.